And here we go to Mexico City with my bestest friends in the whole wide world, Taylor and Sean.
Hola.
Hola.
Man, we had such a great time. Now, how many times have you been to Mexico City?
This was my 5th time.
5th time. Sean, how many times have you gone?
This was my first
All
time.
right, yeah, I think this was my first time too. I remember crossing the border a long time ago, but nothing this awesome. So, and how many times have you been on the subway, Sean?
This is my first time. It's just a day of first.
It's pretty crazy in a city of 29 million people.
29
I
million
thought Conway was bad.
people.
I thought Arkansas was bad.
No, thank goodness that we don't have to worry about the public transportation. So how much does it cost to ride the metro in Mexico City?
So you can get on the metro for 5 pesos and it'll take you to any stop you want. You can cross over to other lines. We were on the blue line that runs all the way north and south of the city.
And how far is that?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Goes on forever. And we
Yes.
stopped where?
We stopped in El Zócalo,
Zocalo.
which is like the downtown square, and this is the biggest square in Mexico, obviously the biggest city.
That's awesome. Now you said that this building over there was also the White House of
It's,
Mexico?
yeah, if you think this building right there, yeah, that's the Palacio Nacional. And that's where everything happens in the government, basically.
And I suppose this is a very famous cathedral.
Yes, it's this is the cathedral in downtown Mexico City, and
Yeah.
it took 200 years to complete when they were building it, and it got finished being built in 1818.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
200 years.
200
That's absolutely
years.
insane. Now, then you wanted us to go downtown in Mexico. Where did you
Yes.
take us?
So all of these streets are just right outside of the Zócalo, and it's kind of a grid pattern with all of the streets, and you can go and get any kind of food. So we went here, and I got a really good breakfast.
Was
It
it
was
was it all
awesome.
these donuts that you
Was it
ate?
yellow?
No,
Yeah,
I got
what was it?
no. I had some protein. I got quiche.
So what is that noise coming from
That
that thing?
noise is to tell you that you can cross the street, and so there's a little illustrated guy who's walking, and
funny.
as it gets closer to it not being your turn to walk, he starts running.
Just
tell you to
just like
run.
you
Just
should.
like,
Oh, and look at these cakes. These are massive. Do you want to go in and get some and eat
well,
some?
I'll
Where
take
they
one.
were about-
Y'all can have the other.
They were 80 pounds.
Oh, that's right. They were absolutely massive. What is this cool
This
place
is the
here?
Palacio de Bellas Artes, so like the Fine Arts Palace, and they have operas there, just lots of shows, National Ballet,
Wow.
just really, really beautiful.
And basically what I'm filming here is just the traffic and the cool buses and everything else that they have over here in Mexico
Yes.
City. This was a cool little fountain.
Oh yeah, this was in one of the big parks right outside of that Palacio.
Yeah. Look at the people.
So many.
No, goodness.
So many people in here.
Never
It's-
seen that many people.
Have you ever
One
been? Have you been to
place.
Chicago before, Sean?
No, I
Oh.
have not.
It's pretty much the same.
I don't judge.
Oh, I know, right? And the people are just insane. Hey, there's some cool stuff down here in Mexico City, like SpongeBob.
What?
Yeah.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, look, we got SpongeBob and all.
Oh my
that.
goodness.
So, what kind of stuff do you enjoy down in town, Mexico? I mean, what are some of the fun things that you enjoy down there, Taylor?
Well, you can see all this street entertainment. These guys were so impressive. They look like actual bronze figures. Obviously, I love the Nike store.
Right. Oh, remember,
Yeah.
remember the
Factory
violins?
outfit.
The violins.
I should have brought my flute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And as you can see, we were hungry, so we needed to get a little something to eat, and had some virgin. What was it that we had?
Virgin, like
virgin
juice,
beer.
I think. Like
Virgin
Buco?
beer. Okay.
Yeah, just some.
Cheers and those healthy
Salud.
pizza.
Yes.
And this is an elevator to the sky, or what is this?
We're going to go up in the Monument of the Revolution, and it's in Mexico City. It's so humongous, and they were having a graduation for kind of like an ROTC program down there below, so lots of drumming going on, but yeah, you can come up here and see the entire city.
I thought that was pretty
it's
cool.
wonderful.
I was thinking I was like in the Willy Wonka show, and I was going to go through the.
Go through the river. Yes.
But thank goodness we
So,
did.
so
Oh,
cool.
remember?
Stop.
Oh, yeah. Remember it? It was sprinkling a little bit, and you thought somebody was peeing on you.
Yes.
I did. I was really about to be pissed.
Or pissed on?
I would be pissed that I was
So
pissed.
Taylor, what is the significance of this place?
Well, this is a monument of the Revolution.
Right.
And the Revolution and Mexico fought for their freedom exactly 100 years apart. One time in 1810, and the
For
other
this
time
monument?
No, and the other in 1910. And so this was, for lack of a better term, erected in honor of that,
Oh, that's a good thing.
of the Revolution.
So we spent about, what, 30 minutes up there, I guess?
Yeah, maybe like 20.
It was not too bad. We were able to see everything. We took a lot of pictures. It was really nice. We could really see the whole entire
beautiful.
city.
Yeah,
It
'cause
was,
and they had a glass elevator, so
I
Oh,
see
it was
everything.
awesome.
love the glass elevator. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hola.
Let's try to do some casual stuff. Here you go. What's
Oh.
Taylor going to do here? She's going to lift
This
up this
is
entire car out of this
Wonder
hole.
Woman in action.
Looks like some functional fitness for you here.
Functional
A little bit
fitness.
of
Look at her,
deadlift
just
in
in
the
your
car.
face.
She just
Look
pushed.
at
Look at it.
that.
She just like moved it over with
Like those
her
other
thoughts.
guys, they were like, I didn't do anything.
Hey, why be strong if you can't use it?
Exactly.
Bingo. And then these people saw the Shawns and Taylor. See, yes, we are totally famous in Mexico City. No, really, Taylor, what is this all about?
So all those people in really awesome dresses there are celebrating their quinceañera, which is their 15th birthday party when they become women.
Right.
And we're walking to this monument here, and it's the angel,
Okay.
El Ángel de la Independencia.
Oh, so over here we have the Sweet 16, they have the Sweet 15.
Exactly.
That is so cool.
That's amazing.
So we stayed over there. We had our picture taken with the cute little 15-year-olds. No, not really.
No,
But
we
it was
didn't do
really,
that.
really a beautiful day. We thought that it was going to rain. Oh, it did rain a little bit.
It did rain.
Remember when it rained?
Yes.
Almost.
When we were
Melted.
doing handstands in front of some very famous places in Mexico City. Let's go ahead and insert that real quick. So here we are doing handstands with one hand, and Sean's like, "Hey, ka-chink, ka-chink,"
Yeah.
took a couple pictures.
Picture of that.
Because we were just hanging out there for what, about 5 minutes doing that?
Yeah.
People were throwing us pesos. It was great. You guys sing so awesome.
Yeah, we're great.
And we're going to take it on the road.
So then we went to the Castle of Chapultepec, and we got to see that really famous mural by Siqueiros. And then this is an entire room that he was commissioned to paint in the 60s, even though he painted it in the style of the late 1800s.
Yeah, didn't you say something that he changed the style of his painting and then
Yes.
became famous?
Yeah.
Yes, so he basically changed his style to something that wasn't very 1960s to naturalism, which shows all of the pain.
Oh, very interesting. So this was really, really big, and we got there right before it closed. So we didn't even have to pay to get in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that was
awesome part.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we didn't have to pay a quarter like we would have if
Yeah.
we.
So this castle was built in the 1500s when the Spanish king and queen came over to see what was happening in their new colony.
And that was the what was that?
The
thing?
observatory.
The observatory. Yeah.
Oh, are we angels?
And now we're
those
angels.
Yes, we're such angels.
So
We're
what?
the
Now, what were the
angels.
wings for?
It's just a sculpture. It's just a piece of art in the street.
I love it.
That's
And,
awesome.
and since we love sculptures and museums,
Yeah.
we went
And
over
wings.
to the Museum of.
National Anthropology.
Isn't that awesome? We had
Yes.
such a great. This was massive. It was
Massive.
what,
Muy
2 stories?
grande.
2 stories. Oh my goodness, so huge.
Had inside
7
and
different-
outside.
Every kind of tribe in the Mayans, the Aztecs, Tarahumara, just everyone you could think of.
And you like the Mayans?
I'm probably partial to the Aztecs,
The Aztecs.
just because we're living right now where they used to live.
Exactly.
Oh, I know. This whole area, it was where they used
It
to
was
live.
exactly.
And then this is what? The largest Mayan or Aztec?
It is the largest Aztec calendar
Aztec.
that was found.
Why
by
are you always laughing at me,
archaeologists.
Sean?
I'm just
It
finding
is
it. This is
huge.
a fun thing.
Yes.
All right.
And this was really cool. It was a part of the museum that showed how people's facial structure had changed over the years.
I thought this was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got tired because we didn't want to go, what, another 50 miles? Because we walked,
Yes, we
what,
Oh my
like
walked.
goodness, we
50,000
watched, like-
steps that day or
Yeah.
something? It was
It was
insane.
crazy.
So we went back to town and we watched this really interesting dance. So obviously, people in Mexico love to dance.
Yes. This is a tribal dance.
Yes.
And we heard that, and I mean, we heard that all day long, all
Yeah.
night long. It was just crazy. And we had such a long day. It's time to eat, right?
After all
Yes.
that dancing, I was famished.
So time to eat again in front of this beautiful, what is this?
This is the cathedral again in the downtown Nisokolo. So we were up in kind of a terrace restaurant, 5th floor.
Oh,
Was it
gorgeous.
5th floor, 6th
Fifth
floor,
floor,
7th
yeah.
floor? And
Looking
then
down.
nighttime, we saw Tron and, no, that wasn't Tron, that was Iron Man.
Iron Man.
That was so cool. At about 4 o'clock in the morning, after watching Tron or Iron Man
And all
and all
these
these other
dances.
cool things going on, we decided, you know what, we probably need to rest. So we rested up. The next day, we were ready to head on back. Now, tell us about these streets and where we are right now.
Yeah, so we're just a few blocks off of the Sokolo here, and it's just so European. Some of the roads are closed off to cars, and you can see the architecture is just, it's so much like in the 1500s, 1600s, in that style.
Hi. Cafe.
So we got back on the metro, which is really interesting because it wasn't on rails. They were actually had
On
had
wheels.
tires. Have you ever seen that
Yes.
before?
No.
No.
It was
Because most of it, I would say probably 90% of it is above ground. So it's a metro, not a subway.
metro. That's what I call a metro,
Yeah.
not a subway.
Exactly.
Well, anyways, on the
There
bus
you
trip
go.
back, we were able to look back at the city, and it was just an absolutely beautiful day. Oh, and we watched the movie too. What was that movie we watched in the bus?
Well, in English it's
Oh.
blended.
Blended.
Yeah,
Blended.
That was it. With Adam
Yes.
Sandler.
And I was really proud because I heard the Sean's giggling every now and then, which means that they understood
We
it.
understood and translated in our tiny little brain.
Yes.
We weren't laughing just because everyone else
Yeah.
was laughing.
I know, exactly.
It was really, really awesome. I so
Yes.
thoroughly enjoyed our Mexico City trip.
It
This
was
is
a
our
great
taxi cab
experience.
back to the house. And that was it. I mean,
Yeah.
we did a full 2 days in Mexico City.
Yes.
It was awesome.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Taylor, for doing the voiceover with us.
Thank you.
Make sure you go over to Muscle Mick 26 and check out Sean's Instagram. And come on over to bodyofagoddiet.org. Check it out. It's really cool.